They picked a terrible weekend to snow. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This weekend we are working on the Mustang. Finally getting the Mustang together for the year so we can go racing again. But first, we got to get it unloaded. I got to deal with all this stupid snow. Whatever, it is what it is. Mustang's in the shop. All the parts are laid out here. Front brakes, frame ties, rear mini spool, motor mount, longer wheel studs, longer seat bolts for the spool, a seat, various other crap, and we also swapped the tires to another set of Mickey Thompsons. This is what she looks like before, with the old floppy do here, and that's the biggest reason we're getting rid of that seat. We are hopefully gutting the interior tomorrow as well and getting rid of all of this crap and going down to the paint. So let's get rid of this crappy carpet as well. But I am absolutely exhausted. It has been a long day, so without further ado, I will see you guys in the morning. Alright, getting ready to pull the rear seat here. Let's see what's underneath it. This is the first time I've pulled this seat. Ooh, battery. Let's get rid of that. It's actually pretty clean under there. Got some change. Got a nut. Anybody missing a nut? What the hell is that? A gum wrapper? I probably don't. Ooh, a dice. Oh, a dollar. And it was on snake eyes, so that must mean I'm lucky. And here's the reason why we're removing the carpet. It is absolutely disgusting. I peeled this side back when I first bought it, and there was a layer of oil under there. Like someone dumped a ton of oil. It's disgusting. They put some floor mats under it. It kept it clean for a little bit, but the smell is absolutely disgusting. So we're gonna get rid of this once and for all, and long term we'll be able to put a cage in this. Alright, now if you never pulled a carpeting before, it's tough. There's a lot of pulling. There's a lot of stuff to take out. It's very in-depth. As you can see, I had to take my sweater off because I am sweating here. But I just about got her out here. I'm working on pulling her out, but she's kind of stuck up by the shifter there. I am going to have to either cut a slit or something, or I'm going to have to pull the shifter. I do not want to pull the shifter, so I'm going to have to cut through the carpeting, which is sucks because this stuff is not thin and it is very tough to cut through. Okay, after a lot of reefing, we got this nasty ass fucking carpet out here. I mean, it's funny, is the driver's side's the clean side, whereas the passenger side, oh man, that is nasty. Oh man, that is nasty. Look at that. Alright, let's go see what the interior looks like. Driver's side, not too bad. What about us back here? We're gonna have to clean up. Passenger side, that's disgusting, but well oiled. That's not too bad. Alright. I'm gonna temporarily pull the center console out completely. I gotta unplug the radio, unplug the little doohickeys under there, and we're just gonna pull it out completely. I don't know if I want to put it back in yet. I might just cut the back half off and put the front half off. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. But for now, alright, finally we got the carpet out. A little bit left here. Pull that out, get rid of that. I gotta bolt some stuff back together here, button her up. I gotta grab my vacuum and finish vacuuming it out because it is atrocious. And then I gotta pull the seat backs out, pull that guy out of there, pull the rest of this insulation off. Now I'll take care of that. I am gonna leave these here for now because it's holding up the roof carpeting, and I don't really want to take that out yet because I don't have enough time for that right now. But got the carpeting out. It's absolutely disgusting in here. Needs a full detail. Before we head up to the track, this car is getting a full detail and a few new stickers as well because we got more parts, which means we got some new stickers. Alright, moving on to the front. Just about got it all disassembled here. Got the caliper pushed in. We are swapping out pads, rotors, bearings, because these bearings are toast, with some new shiny rotors, longer wheel studs, so we're race legal. Got some bearing grease, new pads, rotors. Just got the front brakes done. I got to tighten up the center bolt still and put the cap on. But look at that. New pads, rotors, bearings, and she is looking good. All right, moving on to the rear end. We are currently draining the oil out of the rear diff. That is incredibly rusty. We're going to clean that up and we're going to paint it as well. But that bolt's going to be an issue. This is all stripped out. That is not the original fill or drain bolt. Oh, that's in there. It actually looks pretty clean. Alright, while we're draining oil out of the rear diff, we're going to change out these motor mounts from these rubber to these solid. Alright, so very carefully we've got the engine lifted up by the crank. A little sketchy, not gonna lie. Let me show you what we're working with here. As you can see, it is all deteriorated, nasty, old, rotted out. Garbage. Out with the garbage. And then with the nice solid. Alright, here we go. Solid motor mounts are in, and damn do they look beautiful. I am so excited for the first startup because this is going to shake the whole car and it's going to be crazy. This is gonna be a good year. I can feel it. Oh, so much goodness. I'm tired. Almost there. A little bit more to go. Gotta put the rear end together. I'm waiting on one more package tonight, so I'm gonna have to run home, grab that package, come back tomorrow morning, finish up the rear end, and I do believe oil change, and then in a couple weeks, it's still really cold out. I gotta swap from coolant to water, and that should take care of it. And then we gotta detail it, stickers, touch up some paint, and then go hit our first test and tune day. Let's see what happens. Without further ado, I'm gonna get the oil change done, get a couple other odds and ends done, and I will be right back here bright and early tomorrow morning to finish up the rear end, get you the first cold start, see what this thing can do. I'll see you in the morning. Damn, it looks kind of clean in there. A little bit of dirtiness there, but it ain't too bad. Yeah, there's some goop in there. Oil pan's definitely been removed before because it is all gooped up, nasty. And the drain bolt is not a normal drain bolt. I don't know what the fuck that is. Oh, it's a that's awesome. That bolt has been cut short, threaded in there, and then gooped over. Alright, and for the rear end, we've got longer wheel studs and a mini spool to go in there, so no more one wheel peel. That being said, this car should launch quite a bit faster, much more consistent, and that is what I'm going for here. And hopefully we'll be able to do a drag and drive this year, where you drive your race car to each track, go racing for the day, sleep, drive to the next track, race for the day, sleep, drive to the next track for a whole week. Hopefully this summer we're gonna do a drag and drive. That's what I'm hoping. Trying to find one I can do. It's nearby, so I don't have to trailer all the way out to Tennessee, because I don't want to do that. But see what happens. Alright, looking at the rear brakes. They are drum brakes, unfortunately. I am going to paint this red before I put these back on here. It'll look kind of cool, but this side is definitely seized up. We are going to eventually need to put brakes back here, but I want to swap to 5 lug, so I don't want to put a ton of money back here right now. But next, I got to get the sway bar off. In order to do that, I have to take the wheel off, so I can take these 2 bolts off, slide the sway bar out of the way, and then we can get the rear gears put together and go from there. Alright, looking at the diff cover here, that is the shiny bolt that was in that hole right there that was all gooped up. Well, this is what it looks like. Yeah, that's not a bolt anymore. Somebody done fucked up.
You done messed up, Aaron!
Oops. Looks like they were trying to cut it, and they cut it too short, and then they cut it too long. Alright, the other thing we're doing this weekend is we're removing unnecessary baloney. These are vibration dampeners for the axle. All they are is a comfort thing, so you don't feel the vibration of the axle. Well, this side is a little broken, so we'll get rid of those because you don't need those. Next, sway bars, both front and rear, are coming out. evap system baloney. There's still a canister in here. I gotta plug some holes for that first. But sometimes even the simplest jobs are not easy, and that is seized on there.
6.5 hours later.
Good morning. What is going on, everybody? It is Sunday, the following day. Unfortunately, yesterday did not go as planned. I got a lot done, though. Front brakes are done. Had to put wheel bearings on it. Not a big deal. I'll just eat ramen noodles for the next week. Excuse me. Got the solid motor mounts in. Super excited for the first startup with those solid motor mounts. I'm gonna feel the whole motor shaking, the whole car. I'm excited. Got the interior just about gutted. There's a little bit more here and there I'm gonna do later on, but for this weekend I got the carpet out and the seat out so I could swap the seat around, and that was a big thing that I wanted to get done this weekend. Onto the rear end, did not go as planned. Unfortunately, my car has the limited slip, and you cannot swap a mini spool into an 8.8 limited slip rear differential. I didn't know that. I didn't know my car had the LSD. It is what it is, not a big deal. I have a couple options here. A, run it as is, which is what I did last year. Car did okay. B, rebuild the limited slip. It might do it a little bit better. C, put a full spool in it, which it can be costly. Or D, completely rebuild the rear end, which is what I want to do long term because it has drums and I want to swap to 5-lug rear disc brake, and I want to swap to bigger axles because these are 28 spline and they are the weakest link in the whole driveline right now, and if I start to add any power it'll snap them, is what it is. But unfortunately we can't put the mini spool in, and I'm having issues with my longer wheel studs. I don't know if they're just not wanting to fit, but the one stripped out and I wound up having to cut it off. So hopefully I can just press these on with a ball joint press and that'll work. If that doesn't work, I don't know what I'm gonna have to do. For racing purposes, you need longer wheel studs with open lug nuts, which is also unfortunate because that means I need a special socket that will fit just barely inside of that hole, which means these wheel studs are way too short, so I gotta swap to longer wheel studs. Not a big deal, it just means I have to pull the axles, which is why I was gonna put a mini spool back in here anyways, but she's got an LSD. Allegedly the mini spool does not fit in an LSD. Not 100% sure why. I'm not going to fiddle with it. But let's get this car put back together. Get it running. I got to seat the front brakes. Let's see what she can do. Yep. Mine's longer. 3 inches really hits the spot. Word of advice. If you're installing longer wheel studs, test fit your axles on your wheel first, like so. Just test them to make sure they slide in, to make sure they're lined up right. Otherwise, you have to pull your axles again for the 4th or 5th time or whatever. I lost count of how many times I had to pull these axles. Ugh. Sometimes things don't go as they planned, but it is what it is. She is just about put back together. Got to get the axles put back together, got to get the rear end put back together. Working on JB welding the cover. Apparently that's supposed to take like 4 to 6 hours at least to cure before I can even think about putting oil in this. So I'm going to be at the shop for a few hours. Oh yeah, that's the stuff right there. Wait, what's in there? Whoa. You're thirsty. Alright guys, we're nearing the end of the day. The car is finally put back together for the most part. Had some major issues with the rear end, so right now we are not running slicks yet because I'm having issues with these wheel studs. Gonna have to get that taken care of, and I'm waiting on the epoxy to cure for the rear diff cover, so we have no fluid in the rear diff. Unfortunately, that means no launching, no driving the car. Oh, I want to do it so bad. I want to feel this thing. I want to feel what this thing can do. I'm excited. But look how good this seat looks in here. With the carpet gutted, the rear seats out. Let's see what this baby sounds like. Not gonna lie, I'm all nervous. The seat's really weird. Definitely gonna take some getting used to. Oh my god. I can feel every single vibration. Why is my brake light on? Oh, that's why. Interesting. Oh man, I'm so excited. I might be getting low on fluid or something. I have to take a look at that. But for now, we got to get it home so I can go back to work tomorrow morning, bright and early. With that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I still got quite a bit of work to do to the Mustang to get it race ready, but I have gotten a ton of work done today. I'm pretty happy with this weekend, but the rear end is really giving me some issues that I'm gonna have to figure out over the next week or two. It is what it is. But without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next one.